Hello again, everybody, and welcome back to this single mission flown in the F-86 Sabre. And I just got airborne. I got my flight getting airborne behind me, and I'm en route to the target area. So things are going to start happening fairly quickly, I would imagine here. So I need to go ahead and get things set up in the cockpit. Okay, so I'm expecting either an air-to-air engagement or a rockets engagement on some ground targets out there first. I'm going to assume that I've got this air-to-air engagement coming up at any time, so I'm going to go to guns on my main armament panel and just have my gun sight at the ready, warming up at this point. Okay, I've already got my wingspan set. Okay, guns. Okay, gun on my selector for the gun sight mode. Okay, I will go to rocket and bomb, or rocket gun on my wind correction dial. And at this point, okay, I've got this one all guns, three green lights. At this point, yeah, I'm good to go. All I need to do is uncage my sight if I do need to get into an air-to-air engagement here quickly. Okay, so let me see here. Let me go ahead and start looking out into the area and see what I can pick up. Okay, I've got the abandoned airfield, so I'm going to swing around to the right of it. I've got Cobuletti airfield out there just before, yeah, you can see it right there in the middle of the screen, just before you get to that rolling, hilly terrain. That's where I'm expecting the air threat to come in from. I'm going to take it around to the right of Cobuletti, just so I'm not overflying that AAA, and see what we have from there. I don't want to get into this air engagement until I can get rid of my bombs and rockets, though. So let me pull my throttle in just a touch more. I'll bring it around a little bit further to the right and allow my flight to catch up. Okay, good EGT, good oil pressure. Okay, fuel quantity is still hanging in there. Okay, everything is A-okay. Now, looking out to the target area itself, Poti is right out there at the end of the river. And I'm expecting the APCs to be out there. It was the middle of a clearing, in a clearing in the middle of that forested area. Yeah, directly behind Cobuletti, if you look beyond the hills and short of the river, that little clear area, that's exactly where those APCs will be. Okay, so it helps knowing the area. This is where the Valley campaign and the A-10A is flown. It just seems to be where I always end up flying, no matter what mission or what I'm doing. It's, yeah, very, very familiar area at this point. Okay, so let me see what I can see going on at Cobuletti. I see some aircraft out there on the ramp, 4 of them. I can't really spot anything that looks like those AAA emplacements, but I know they're there. Little ZU-23 AAA emplacements. Okay, so I think I'm fine for now. And my flight is still back there in the distance. Well, they're not catching up in a hurry, but that's okay. I'm only going about 300 knots. They should catch up here in just a minute. Okay, what I need to do now is just go for some more altitude. So let me push it up a little bit and take a run up. Now, I'm going to be employing rockets on this first set of targets, so I don't need to get up at especially high altitude, but I would like to have some altitude just in case these MiGs do show up out of nowhere. And I don't particularly like being out in front of the flight this far, although I don't know, how far would they be? I don't know, they're still 3 or 4 miles back. Okay, so still looking good. Still no activity from Cobuletti that I can see. And if I can see them, I know they can see me. So I would expect possibly for some of those aircraft on the ramp to take off and try to intercept. Okay, so let me scope out this target area. Okay, that's the area I'm expecting the APCs. Nothing visually yet. Then down the river, Poti. Yeah, it's still too far out. I can see the harbor now. Too far out to see if there's actually anything there. Okay, I see a couple more aircraft in the little revetments at the end. I see one more in the revetment. I see... Yeah, I've got the AAA now. One right there at the end of the runway. Another one right there just by that little building. Another one on the infield. Okay, so it is fairly well defended. It might, you know, if I have some weapons left over at the end of this mission, I might just make a little dash at Cobuletti. That's such an inviting target. Okay, so let me set up for this rocket's attack. Okay, still nothing. Oh, actually, no, I take that back. I've got 2 APCs, one there, one there. Okay, so let me set up for a rocket's attack real quick. Okay, let me go to rocket on my gun sight selector dial. I'll go for 50 mils on my depression angle. Okay, good, good. Okay, that's some guns. I'll leave it. Let me go to auto. With the most the most frustrating switch in the world. Okay, and instantaneous on my fuse delay. Okay, still looking okay. Let me see here. My flight still way back there. I don't know why they're having so much trouble catching up with me. Then again, I might be just going a little bit too fast for them on the climb out here. Okay, still looking fine on fuel, up above 2,000 pounds. Okay, so getting set up on this run. I want to come in from an angle that's going to have me going directly in line with these guys, so I'll come out here, just kind of past this little straight line. It's got to be like a canal or something right there. So yeah, just beyond the canal, then I'll come in on an angle. It'll allow me to just be directly lined up with those APCs, and I'll try to take them both out on this one run. Okay, my flight still doing okay, and still looking okay. Not seeing anything as far as a threat, and I haven't heard my flight call out any kind of a threat either, so that's a good sign. Okay, I'm up at about 15,000 feet, so I don't need to be this high. Let me go ahead and bring it down, pull the throttle in, and I can extend the speed brakes if I need to. You really don't want to get going too fast in the Sabre on the ground attack run. I think about 400 knots is about the max until you start getting into. It's just hard to control once you get going too fast. Okay, let me uncage my sight, and I'll just hold it electrically caged until I'm in here and more or less set up. Okay, speed brakes out just to cut into that speed a little bit. Okay, let me get the zoom set up the way that I like it here, just for this engagement. Okay, good deal. Okay, there they are. Okay, I've got a good alignment on them. Okay, speed brakes back in. Okay, let me go ahead and make this run. And if this doesn't work, I can send the rest of my flight in on them. Let me get rid of that. Just click that around all the way to the 0 setting on my radar. Okay, uncaging the sight. Okay, 400 knots. Okay, good visual on the target. I'm just going to take it in here straight and level. It doesn't look like there's any AAA out there around them. So, okay, got a visual on the green smoke, which is always a good sign. I am on the right target. Just going to let this walk on up. Squeeze them off. A little long, I believe. It's okay. Okay, push it up. Not the zoom lever, the throttle. And okay, speed brakes confirmed back in. Okay, I missed a little bit long. That's that's frustrating. That was such a good run. But it's okay. Let me get my flight in here and give them a shot. So, flight. Engage ground targets, please.
Flight. Engage targets of opportunity.
Oh, come on, they're right there. When they call enable, that just usually means that they don't have visual on the target, which is just inexplicable this time. Okay, so let me go for this. Let me set this back to 60. That'll give me a 100 mil fixed reticle. I'll make this a guns run. Well, that's frustrating. Why can you guys not engage those targets? It's like they did maneuver around a little bit on me. Let me make a quick guns pass here. My flight will follow me in. Maybe they'll pick them up visually this time around. Okay, so running in. Okay, everything's still looking fine out there. Okay, verified. Okay, everything's looking good for a guns run. Okay, I want to do this just below the middle of the reticule. Okay, plenty of airspeed. That's enough. I'll bring the throttle back. Just walk it on up. Okay, this guy was firing back. Okay, let me move it around a little bit. Just to try to jink a little bit to throw them off on small arms. Okay, good kill on that one, at least. Okay, did you guys pick them up? Let me just send in the wingman. Engage ground targets, please.
2. Engage targets of opportunity.
Yes, the one that is right below you. Thank you. Okay, so that'll keep 3 and 4 following me around, and that'll work. Okay, fuel. I'm burning a lot of fuel down here at low level like this. Okay, I'm still okay though. I'm getting lighter and lighter by the minute. Okay, so let me just go for altitude now. I'll let, one way or another, I'll let my wingman or the rest of my flight take out this other target, and I'll just be up here scanning for MiGs. Yeah, it looks like 2 is just going to set up for a run from a better angle. Yeah, that's... Yeah, there's 2 right there running in. Okay, there's 3 and 4 still following me around. Still nothing else visually in the area. What are you going to use? Bombs or rockets? Doesn't really matter. I'm going to guess rockets. That's what I would use, so hopefully that's what 2 uses. Okay, bombs. Okay, that'll work too. Okay, let's see how this does. Right about now. Oh, nice. Good hit. Okay. So let's all rejoin and head up and see if we can't find us a sub. So, rejoin. F7, please.
Flight, join up.
Let me count count dots out there just to make sure these are my guys. Okay, 1, 2. 2's below me. Okay, still no other threats. Hey, there's Snarky Kolky. Don't see anything out there that looks threatening. Okay, let me go for some altitude, and I'll set up for this bombs pass on the subs. Okay, 3, 4. 2 should be back there. Okay, good deal. They're following me on around. Okay, so let me just follow the river on down. We'll see what we can do here. Okay, let me set up for this bombs pass. Okay, I'm at... am I really at 14,000 feet? My goodness, this thing climbs. Okay, so let me go for the 15,000 foot option on the manual pip, 288 knots on the roll-in. Okay, this... Something that was pointed out in the forums, and I actually agree totally on this. The manual pip system should work with the selector in the guns position. Right now, though, it's... Well, I take that back. It does work with it in the gun position now. That might have been something that was addressed in the patch. It used to only work... Well, I think it only used to work with the dial in the bomb position. But yeah, that's just fine, I think. Okay, so 15,000 feet, 50-degree dive angle, 4,000 feet on the release. So let me get this set up. Okay, it's at sea level, so 4,000 feet on the release. I always, when I was doing the test runs and test flight and the on the range video, I pick a little bit late, and that makes my bombs tend to fall long. Okay, 3 contacts visually. Yeah, that's still just my flight. So I need to be aware this time of when, where I am in altitude. Make sure that if anything, I pick a little bit earlier than I think I would need to. Okay, wind correction dial. Just going to leave this at 0, even though I do have a little bit of wind. I know it's coming in left or right. This, I think the dial only does fore and aft. I don't think it does any correction left and right. I've got the wind coming in off the coast from my right to left, so I need to aim just a touch right on the release. I mean, just a touch. It's only 2 knots. Okay, so let's see here. Perfect airspeed. I just need to bring it down a little bit, so let me cut in my throttle. And like I said during the mission planning, AAA to the right and left of me. Okay, visual sub. Okay, there he is, right there in the inner harbor. Okay, so I'm making the perfect north to south run on him. Or is that whatever direction I'm actually going? Yeah, north to south. So let me come around here and get set up on this 50-degree dive. But first, it is time for me to take a break. Let me put a quick break in right here, and I'll come back to the next video with the roll-in. So, thanks again for watching. I will see you next time.